Welcome to Take a Look, a show produced by students at Northwestern University in Qatar. Every season, we explore the people, places, and perspectives that shape culture, identity, and everyday life in the country. I'm your host, Ayushi Jha, and in today's episode, Vitals of the Future, we look at young entrepreneurs changing the healthcare industry in Qatar.
Coming up, we explore health startups, from immersive headsets that simulate the operating room without the risk, to digital twins meant to provide personalized nutritional advice. We also spoke with Dr. Soha Al-Bayat, Director of Health Emergency at the Ministry of Public Health, to understand how the public and private sector intersect in healthcare.
This might look like a high-pressure clinical environment, but the stakes are only digital. Medical students and headsets are operating in a fail-safe virtual reality where mistakes won't cause any harm.
We need help. Go get the AED. It's mounted on the wall over there.
This world, created by health startup IQTech, allows students and doctors both to practice difficult procedures as many times as they need before ever touching a real patient. I've always wondered, how in the world do medical students make the jump from textbooks to the operating room? They practice on dummies, sure, but what if they had a more immersive option? At QSTP, these headsets contain a wealth of different medical scenarios in one virtual operating room. The goal here is to bridge the gap between theory and practice for students and doctors alike. Let's see what it's like inside.
So IQTech is a health tech company, and what we do is we mix VR and AI to create this kind of simulation, medical simulation, for 3 different sectors. So you have the civil sector, the military sector, and the medical sector. And within each sector, we create training simulations to help medical professionals and trainees kind of practice a specific scenario over and over again before they actually have to implement it in real life. Well, our whole goal is to replace a training dummy. When you are actually practicing with a training dummy, say it's CPR, say it's multiple other things, you don't actually get real-time feedback. You're not able to communicate with that dummy. In our scenarios, you're actually able to speak and you get a response.
I'm currently looking at a simulation of a hospital room. So over there is a hospital bed. We got a couch, there's some curtains, some greenery, and a chair for visitors. This is sort of the technology that Christina was talking about when she said that she wanted to create an immersive environment for, students and different professionals that might not necessarily have the chance to experience these things before getting into the field.
IQTech isn't the only startup focused on simulations. Next, let's take a look at Basira AI, a women's health app that tracks your food, sleep, menstrual cycles, activity, and more to give you personalized advice.
This is my digital twin. She might not look like me, but in many ways, she's closer to me than any real twin would ever be. That's because she's created specifically to simulate how my body might react to lifestyle changes such as sleep, food, and activity.
In Basira, first of all, we are female focused and we collect all the data points of your body and we build a digital twin, which is intelligence that predicts how their body is gonna be affected under any conditions. Since myself and my partner, we are women, we had lots of struggles in terms of health because there weren't enough knowledge. So right now we are working on that.
IQTech and Basira AI are 2 unique startups making strides in healthcare education and accessibility. They may seem unconventional, but these innovations could just be commonplace in the future. Only time will tell. Iman and Mukhtar, take a look.
To explore how the public health sector and technology intersect in Qatar, we spoke with Dr. Soha Al-Bayat, Director of Health Emergency at the Ministry of Public Health in Qatar. She told us more about impactful healthcare solutions and the way the private and public sector collaborate.
Could you please tell us a bit more about the role of the Ministry of Public Health in Qatar?
The Ministry of Public Health oversees all the healthcare either services or facilities or even practitioners. So basically we are the legislation. We are the overarching umbrella. So even the private sector does not report directly to us, but it's governed by us. So we are in charge of putting everything that regulates the health system in Qatar.
Could you please tell me a bit more about if there's any challenges with healthcare accessibility in Qatar and how the ministry responds to it?
Actually, we are in a country that I would say we're privileged because we don't have that problem. In Qatar, the size, geographically speaking, is good, and plus the system had made sure that there is health facilities everywhere. So honestly, I don't think we have an accessibility issue in Qatar.
Does Qatar have a lot of healthcare startups, and how do they benefit the economy?
Yes, and I think it's on a rise. We're seeing more and more private sector coming into place, and then many of them introducing new services that may not have been there. We're seeing this day by day increasing in Qatar. Qatar is ranked 18th worldwide when it comes to the health system. We're ranked number 1 when it comes to the Arabic countries. And that's all because of such developments. And these innovations, we've had collaborations with various sectors like Qatar University, other universities, Qatar Foundation as well. As much as we can, we're going into apps, systems, software. And I think that's very crucial because that makes our response faster.
Could you tell us a bit more about the interaction between the public sector and the private sector in healthcare?
What we believe in is that the private sector has a role, and they should be partners with the government sector. Government sector, no matter how good it is, you can't do things alone. And the reason for this would be that, God forbid, during any emergency, regardless of the type, natural, man-made, diseases, whatever it is, if we need to expand, I don't need to worry. What will happen is the private sector will need to step in and support the government sector, and vice versa. So I would say a very strong partnership.
Are there any specific innovations that you wish should exist in Qatar in the health sector?
We have what's called the e-health department here in the Ministry of Health, and basically what we're working on is having an electronic hub which links all health facilities in the state of Qatar in one location, digitally speaking. This way, even if you happen to go to the private sector or you go to any health facility, you'll have that central application where you can get your records, vaccinations, certificates, blood results, anything that you would need. You'd have it at the touch of your hands. So yes, innovation is very crucial, and we're looking forward to this app to come to life soon.
As the healthcare industry continues to boom, these technologies are surely changing lives for both medical professionals and patients, and are truly on their way to becoming vital parts of the future. That is all we had time for today on this episode of Take a Look. Until next time, goodbye.
Textbooks. Oh, from textbooks.
Have you ever wondered?
Bye.